Still remember those days when a computer didn't know what a mouse was and your entire professional life lived on a single 5.25-inch floppy disk? If the sound of a mechanical keyboard and the sight of a blinking green cursor still give you a rush of nostalgia, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Long before the world belonged to Microsoft, there was one legendary program that turned the PC into a powerhouse and made us all fall in love with the grid, the mighty Lotus 1-3. Welcome to Talking Tech. If you remember the days of the /, the flashing weight indicator, and the sheer speed of an assembly-coded workspace, you're in the right place. Before Excel was even a glimmer in Microsoft's eye, Lotus 1-3 didn't just rule the office, it practically built the modern business world. It was fast, it was intimidating, and it was the undisputed king of the 1980s. In the early 80s, personal computers were often seen as expensive toys for hobbyists. That changed the moment Mitchell Kaper and Jonathan Sachs unleashed Lotus 1-3 in 1983. It was what we call a killer app. People weren't just buying the software, they were buying $5,000 IBM PCs specifically so they could run Lotus. If you were an accountant or a manager back then, this wasn't just a program, it was your entire career in a box. The name 1-3 wasn't just catchy branding. It represented the three pillars of productivity: spreadsheets, graphics, and data management. Before this, turning numbers into a pie chart usually meant swapping disks, loading a different program, and praying the data transferred correctly. Lotus did it all in one place. It was written in assembly language, which made it blazingly fast. That speed felt like a superpower, but the real magic was the interface. There were no windows or menus to click. You lived and died by the slash key. You would hit slash and words would appear at the top: worksheet, range, copy, move, file. You didn't use a mouse. You danced across the keyboard. A pro user could format a budget and save to a floppy in seconds, their fingers flying in a rhythmic blur of keystrokes like /way or /fs. And who could forget the weight indicator? That flashing green text in the top right corner was the universal signal for take a coffee break. When you recalculated a massive sheet, the computer would hum and groan, and you'd sit there in a trance, watching that little word pulse. Lotus 1-3 was the gold standard for over a decade. If a new computer couldn't run it, that computer was considered a failure. But as the 90s arrived, the world shifted to Windows. Lotus was slow to adapt, clinging to its DOS roots while Excel began to rise. Eventually, the king was dethroned, but for those of us who were there, the legacy of those neon green cells remains. If this trip down memory lane brought back memories of dot matrix printers and 5.25-inch discs, do me a huge favor. Please hit that subscribe button and join the Talking Tech community. We've got plenty more deep dives into computing history coming your way. Drop a comment below and tell me your favorite Lotus shortcut. I'm your host, and this is Talking Tech. Thanks for watching.